Murphy's Builder Supply is where you need to go for all your home improvement projects and hardware needs. They've been serving folks in this area since 1946. Murphy's offers some products and services that you may not know about. They now sell ammunition, both bullets and shells. Murphy's also sells personalized tags for dog collars. They build customized screens for windows and doors. Murphy's can rekey locks, and of course they can make keys. They cut glass for windows, plus Murphy's has monthly doorbuster specials. Check their Facebook page to see what's on sale. Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings restaurant in Jessup is now open for business, practicing social distancing, but still serving that great food that Damon's is famous for. Come inside or come through the drive-thru, but Damon's is open inside and welcomes back its customers. The menu's the same, the service is fast, and the food is fantastic, and the sauces remain the same, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. The number is the same, 588-WING, 588-9464. Damon's Restaurant on West Cherry Street in Jessup. Dining room now open for business. Come on in and enjoy a great meal today.
A bank that puts people first. First Southern Bank, investing in you since 1907. Serving Jessup, Patterson, and Waycross. A true community bank led by experienced neighborhood bankers that live and work in our community. Offering competitive loan options for commercial and consumer clients. Stop by the Jessup branch and meet branch manager Mandy Yeomans and her fantastic team. Call 912-810-1540. Let First Southern Bank be your bank of choice. First Southern Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At 8 o'clock, world-famous Butch and Bob Show on WIFO, brought to you this morning by Murphy Builder Supply, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, and First Southern Bank. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Jonathan. We got a special guest in the studios today. We got the general manager of the Rayonier Advanced Materials, Clay Bethea, in the studios with us. Everybody knows the shutdown's going on, but a lot of people don't even know what a shutdown means, what's going on at the mill. So I just thought I'd get you in there to explain the process. People that live in Wayne County know, everybody that works at the mill, and they hear about the shutdown, but they don't really know what a shutdown is or what all takes place. So just thought I'd get you to come in there, explain what's taking place, when did it start, how long does it last, and how many employees does it affect. So I appreciate you coming in.
Well, we're glad to be here, and so I reckon I'll take the first part of the show here, and I'll speak a little bit to shutdown. What is shutdown? Why do we do shutdown? Shutdown is typically planned for April. And March or April, we try to do it in the cool of the year. We don't want the freezing temperatures, but we also don't want what we're in today because it's hot. So April was our planned shutdown, and springtime of the year, and that's a very nice time in southeast Georgia. And what we do during a shutdown is we take all the equipment down, and so you think about electrical, air, steam, and water, and we do inspections. And so we'll start where we're pulling water out of the ground. So we have so many pumps that we can't pull out any other time of the year. So, and remember, these pumps are hundreds of feet underneath the ground, and so we pull those out. We do inspections, and a lot of times our inspections, as I go through this, is our inspections are not that we repair everything this year. We look, we see signs of degradation. We see signs, we have predictive tools where we can measure things, we can hear things and see things. A lot of technical tools today. This is not your great grandfather's pulp mill, so we're analyzing a lot of things in data, and then we make a plan for next year to repair. So actually the things we're repairing this year, we actually found last year. And now we do find things every year. We call them discoverables. That's a real nice name for a surprise. But so we call them discoverables. And we discover things that we didn't know. And so we have a number of those. And so everything from the water system that we can't take down during the production year, to our steam system, the two major pieces of equipment that has to be inspected by law annually are the recovery boilers. And that's, so our outage was planned for April, and fortunately we ended our last year shutdown in the month of May, the first part of May, and so that's why we're doing the first part of June, because the state gives us, we have a window that we can take these units down and do inspections. And so we go in and for number 5 and number 6 recovery boilers, we go in and we do tube analysis. We actually cut tubes out of the boiler so that we can look at them. We have camera systems that go up in all these. There's thousands of tubes, and we don't go into all 1,000, but we try to get a sampling. We check the thicknesses, and then if we find something, and we have years of data, so we're always checking this. And sometimes we get a discoverable, and then we go in and we repair that immediately, or we say, okay, hey, we're losing a thousandth of an inch this year, every year, and this year it jumped up to 15 thousandths. Well, if it jumped to 15, 20 thousandths, how long can we run this? And then you make decisions. And so those are the type of things that we're measuring, tube thickness. On boilers, our electrical system, we go through breakers, we check breakers out, and we can see tracking and different things. These are high voltage. This is not what you have in your house. This is high voltage stuff, and so we do all kind of inspections. We have experts that travel here, and we go into all of those systems and check that out. So right now, you could say that we're probably spending about $2 million a day, and so a significant amount of money is being spent every day. And no money's coming in, so you're not producing anything. But this is what you have to do. We run well. If we can run from outage to outage, then this is it pays off.
Is there a certain time frame that you have for the shutdown? Like, is it like how long of a process is it?
Typically, well, we look at the shutdown. So this is something we plan for months and months on end, and so our planning process really starts. It's actually starting today as people find things. They put in what we call work orders, and then we start planning those as we go through. And so this summer we'll go through our budgeting period. So we'll start planning and budgeting the money for next year's shutdown on what we found this year. And then we get into the fall of the year, we start planning the jobs, and we set the shutdown, we set the timing. And so we have a very complex schedule, and we have the critical paths for the 2 recovery boilers. That really sets the timing for our shutdown. And so whatever we got to do on those units, that's how long we have down for everything else. And so typically that can be anywhere from 12 to 20 days for those units. And sometimes we do very special, we do more work, and it could be a 30-day shutdown for those units, and then we plan production around those 2 recovery boilers.
If you just joined us, Clay Bethea, mill manager, is with us here in the studios talking about the shutdown. From what I understand, a lot of people are brought in for the shutdown. How many employees come in from out of town, and what's the purpose of those employees coming? But how many employees are involved in the shutdown? Now, that's all I hear is that the motels are full, restaurants are happy because you see all these visitors come in. How many people are brought in for the shutdown?
So we would typically say that we have somewhere around 1,000 people from outside, and so what we typically see right now, Saturday, which would be one of our lower, would be a day where we don't have office staff or something in the facility, but which really everybody's working right now. Everybody is on duty. But we would see about 1,500 people in the mill. 400 or 500 of those will be Rayonier employees, which would be everybody from maintenance to operations. Some of our operations folks, they go start helping maintenance. Their whole watches, they do different things. Obviously, all of our maintenance personnel, they're tied up from daylight to dark trying to do the maintenance on the equipment. And so we bring in about 1,000 people, and that's everything from inspectors to millwrights to iron workers, and it's just according to what kind of jobs we have. And so about 1,000 extra people right now are in Jessup. This is an unofficial survey. As I walk around the mill and do audits and talk to people, it's one of those things that I'm finding it seems like more people are closer in this year. We're not having to go because this is the only outage right now. Most of your outages all occur during the spring and the fall of the year, and everybody canceled their outage this spring, we're kind of the first ones to come out of the gate with an outage, and so it feels like we're hiring people closer to, from Brantley County and Baxley and, Long County. I've talked to people, they're from Mississippi. Obviously we got people from, long ways away, as we need expert, very technical expertise. But it seems like we have more people closer in this year, people not having traveled as far.
And you speak of these numbers, people listening, of course, to COVID-19's out there, pandemic, how does that work during a shutdown? How does that work on a daily basis with the mill population as it is?
That is an excellent question. So whenever we decided to do shutdown, we put together a team, our COVID shutdown team, and actually Kelly was part of that team, and because there were so many facets of that team. And so just to tell you the magnitude of what we're doing, that team came up with policies. And so this is a document here. It's 10 pages long, and it's procedures and protocols of how we're going to handle COVID and what we're going to do. And so you can, as your listeners can't see, but you can see there's full page writing here of policies and procedures. And so there's about a 10-page document for our employees. There's about a 10-page document for our contractors. And so we got this out. And so we're rapidly trying to get ready for this outage. None of us have ever done COVID. The employees came up with some very creative ideas, things such as, okay, we're used to having this many people here. Well, we need more break rooms. We literally have Connexes that have air conditioners in them, refrigerators, and you can fit maybe 10 or 12 people in there. Now, a Connex probably could handle 30 people on a normal day. But so we've rented these in. We put them in here because it's summertime, it's hot, they need air conditioning, they need a place to break. And so we've got a lot of extra tents set up, big white tents set up. We have hydration stations, so we have extra break areas. Our contractors had to bring in more trailers to keep the social distancing. And so right now it looks like we're probably going to spend over $750,000 just on COVID-related hygiene. In other words, extra porta toilets, extra hygiene stations as far as, disinfectants. So people are buying disinfectants from Walmart by the gallon. We're buying it by the 55-gallon drums. And so I think we're somewhere around. We've purchased about 650 gallons of hand sanitizer.
So you're doing like football camp? They have to come in, they get their temperatures taken. Do you do the same thing there with the employees that come in the mill? If they have a high temperature, you send them home, or how's that work?
For our employees, we're in this for the long term, and so we're trying to figure out for our employees what we do. But our employees they're local, they're here, they're part of the team, everybody's working together. And so we see our employees, they know their health, and so we're not taking their temperatures, and and they self-report. And obviously we've quarantined people, and we're working through protocols there. For contractors, we felt like, we don't know where everybody's – we have a list of questions you have to answer. We did set up temperature checks there. And so whenever you think about getting, let's say 700 people in on every morning, and you want to move these people through the gates from, let's say from 6:30 to 7:30. So kind of like Disney World, you gotta move a lot of people. You're going to take their temperatures. You're going to ask them questions. And so yes, we added stations with big white tents with queuing lines with 6 feet between, and everybody, all the contractors are getting their temperatures taken. They're having to answer questions, and so we're working through that process. And the good news is we haven't had an outbreak. We have areas that we question. We're having, we're testing people with the temperatures, and so that's working well. And so we put a lot of money in that. I don't think anybody in this pandemic has all the answers, But I would tell you our shutdown team did an excellent job of looking at the CDC, working with local health officials, asking a lot of questions, and I'm sure we're going to obviously we will critique ourselves after this shutdown. But what our whole goal is you can't deal with this many people and not have positive cases. The key is whenever you have positive, somebody shows up positive, because that's just society, right? And do you take out one person out of the organization because of COVID, or do you take out 50 people? And we're trying to keep it to that 1 to 2 people.
As we said, every day, the rules on that change every day. You hear a different theory, philosophy. I mean, every day the health officials are changing the rules about. So it's kind of hard to deal with. But how long does the shutdown last? I mean, what's the time frame for the shutdown? Is there a certain period you hope to have it done, or is it limited to a time frame, or is it just whenever the job's done?
Every job is planned. Every job has a time frame in it. And so a lot of these jobs we've done, we've been here for 60-plus years. And so we have that schedule. And so the outage this year is going from June 8th to June 22nd. And so that's the time frame that the outage is occurring. And every job has what we call a critical path schedule. And we monitor every job every day. That's what we're supposed to do. I always speak in what we're supposed to do. We're not perfect, but the Jessup team's doing great work, and so we have schedules, and we try to follow those schedules, because you got to coordinate everything. To get water, you got to have electricity to run the pumps. Well, to get electricity, you got to make sure all your electrical inspections are done. And so the electrical team are working on theirs. They end on this hour, and then we give power to the water plant. Well, you start making water. Well, before you make water, you got to have air. So you got to go get the air system up. And so the air system's got to have electricity. So you got to have that. So once you get electricity, air, then you get water. Once you get water, now we can get steam. Now we're getting close to where we can start running production. So all that has to be coordinated, and unfortunately, it's not like your car. You just turn the key and turn it on. It takes us about 48 hours whenever we say mill's ready to start up, or we're starting the mill up. It takes about 48 hours before we can really start saying we're producing something.
How many employees at Rayonier currently on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, we employ Rayonier. We employ plus or minus, but 750. I always use the number 750. And very good things are going on at Jessup plant. We're setting we've set record production this year. We've got some headwinds on markets because, obviously, as everybody does on COVID, the fortunate thing, our employees have done an excellent job of performing. We've been working for a number of years to improve the production in the facility, and everybody's engaged, 750 people, and it's just amazing whenever you get everybody working on the same problem, and so really have crossed some good milestones, and the plant's doing well. And obviously we'd like better economic times, but that's not what the manufacturing, we don't control that, which obviously we're all in the same boat. And I think Southeast Georgia, we've been kind of sheltered from some of this COVID pandemic economic woes, because we do have industries that are essential, and our industry we are essential. We see our products that go into food and pharma. We see those products picking up, but obviously car sales are down. So some of our products that goes into cars, we're not selling as much of that. But we are. But we do see the facility. The nice thing about the facility is sales has us filled out for the rest of the year.
So the good news is you haven't had to lay anybody off during the pandemic. So like a lot of businesses have. A lot of businesses had to shut down. Rayonier just didn't shut down. They kept on rolling.
We're essential industry, and so whenever you think about that, and probably I might put a little interjection here in my notes, I'd say we're blessed. And and so yes, we have not had to lay anyone off. We need to make product. We ship our product around the world, and so our product goes into essential areas of the economy, and so everybody's still driving the car, so they need an air filter. Well, we make the raw materials for air filters. So, and actually, some of our product, some of our customers, they're learning to make face masks. They're working to make face masks out of our product, and so there's as you see different things happen, there is some pickups for us.
Well, anyone who lived in Wayne County, anytime they know how important the mill is. So that's the question everybody wants. They want to make sure it's financially stable. You hear talk all the time about where it stands financially. So you know better than anybody. Are they in a good financial situation right now?
Well, I will tell you that the team at Rayonier at Jessup Mill, and I have to be careful here because I can't speak for the company, but the team at Jessup has done excellent work over the last 5 years. They have taken out significant cost. We have improved our product, and we're running more of our product. So the Jessup facility is poised to be very successful because of what our employees, 750 people. It's not the engineers. It's not one set of people. It's all of us working together as a team. And matter of fact, this outage, some of the discoverables that we have are because we are running faster. We are doing things better, and we're finding things that we've never seen before. So you have to go solve those problems. Well, you don't ask an engineer to go solve those problems. You get an engineer, you get an operator, you get a maintenance person, and you put all, and whenever you say maintenance, that's mechanical, electrical, and instrument. And so you put all those people in a group, and because they all have something to add to that. So we're out there solving problems every day so that we'll be around. And, the Jessup team today are solving problems so the next generation can come out and solve problems and make it better for the next generation. So, we've got a healthy resource of wood in the southeast Georgia. That's not going away. And so we plan to be here, and the Jessup team is doing excellent work every day to be here in the future.
Well, I see you brought Kelly. Do you want to add her to the program, or what's her role here? What does Kelly do out there at the mill?
So Kelly is yes, we'll let Kelly speak here, and so. Kelly
is dying to speak, I can tell.
Yeah, she loves to speak. But Kelly is what we're doing is we're actually working Kelly into new roles, and Kelly's doing a lot of different things. Like she was on the shutdown team, and but Kelly is picking up public relations and doing an excellent job there. But I also,
public relations that doesn't speak.
Yeah, public relations.
But she did a good job lining this shit. Like I said, I had to go through her to get to you because you're a busy man. I said, we'd love to have Clay on to talk about the shutdown. She said, well, I'll see if I can line that up. Right. So we do appreciate that. That's right. So what is, besides public relations, is that your main role out there, Kelly?
I do support the general manager in his position, so administratively. But yes, I do I try to promote communications within the mill. There are several ways in which we communicate with our employees, from anything from, there's a health fair to our COVID guidelines. And then I get the pleasure of promoting Rayonier outside of the gate. So I get to participate in several community events representing Rayonier.
And one thing Rayonier does, they have these community-wide events at the mill where you bring people to the community and they ask questions about the mill. So the mill has always been actively involved in the community. Wants what's best for the community, and like I said, is a big part of it. So explain those to all.
Yeah. So we do have community meetings that we have usually annually. Normally it's about this time, but because of everything going on and us moving shutdown, I don't know whether we'll be able to have that this year. So yeah, we don't work in a silo. It's very important for us to know what the community thinks about us and what they think that we could do better. So we get some excellent suggestions. We ask questions. We've had various suggestions that we've acted on through the couple of years to So, yeah, we really appreciate everybody's input that they've given us on what they think we could do better and what they think, we're doing well.
And Clay, you're a hunter and a fisherman. Like I said, you hear the stories all the time. I know you work. The river keepers are always concerned about the discharge in there, but y'all have been working closely with those people as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I would look at Kelly at this time and say Kelly's been instrumental in bringing people in, and we've brought the river keepers in. Matter of fact, it was this time last year, I believe, we actually had a whole day that we had the river keeper and a group of people in, and usually we're on opposite sides of the table, but we brought them in for one day and said, hey, we want to show you what we're doing. We're proud of what we're doing. This is a process. This is a journey, and Kelly was instrumental in working that. And they went on the river, and we took them into our waste treatment area. We took them into the facility, and we said, this is what we're doing. And so I believe I would think that we felt like that was a very positive meeting. They gave us positive feedback. We're still in contact with them today. Everybody wants to. You just need to give people information, and this is about problem solving. This is not an event. This is not an event. This is a process. And we've been here 65 years. We're planning to be here for another 65 years. And so, how do we all work together as a community? We as a group of people, we've grown. We understand more, and so as we understand more, we go and solve those problems, and that's what we're about. And so the river keepers, and the nice thing is you mentioned the river keeper is we do have a permit. So we're out of litigation right now, but we are getting ready to start another permit, and so we have high hopes and that we solve some problems, and the river, I think people, as you go on the river, and the use of the river is very high. And, obviously I go out and fish, and I eat the fish off the river, and I love, the hardwood forests that are around the river. There's no better turkey hunting than on that river, and those are some of my pleasures I get to have. Whenever my wife and I drove over here, we were looking at Jessup, my wife, whenever we drove in, and she said, this is where we're coming because this looks like your hometown. And
you've been here quite some time. How many years you been up there now?
A little over 4 years now.
4 years, right. So
yep.
It's consistency. There was a time where the manager was being rotated, there wasn't any consistency. It was nice to have some consistency out there, especially in the community. So you seem like you enjoy Wayne County.
Oh, we love Wayne County. You will not find any prettier hardwood forest along the river, and so we like that. And the people in Wayne County has treated us great, and we feel part of the community. And so we've enjoyed it here. We like Southeast Georgia, and we like the culture and the people. And so obviously we look forward to even better years. And it's nice whenever you can come in 4 years ago and the company had direction, and we follow that direction, and we've made improvements, and you can see those improvements coming to fruition, and how the Jessup team has come together, and this shutdown, man, it's hot. People are out there working hard, and
it's a big operation. It's amazing. Like I said, 1,000 people from outside come in. So like I said, people hear about it, but if they don't work at the mill or know somebody that works at the mill, they really don't know what the shutdown's all about. So I just thought it'd be nice for you to come in and explain what all's taking place, because people hear shutdown and they really don't know what it means. So I just was glad that you would take the opportunity to come in and explain what the shutdown is, how many people are involved, and what the process is, because as I said, it takes place every year, and people have heard about the shutdown, but they actually don't know what's taking place out there. So
yeah,
a lot going on.
Yeah, you could probably call it an annual inspection and maintenance outage, and that's exactly. We're inspecting everything, and we're trying to perform maintenance.
All right. Well, again, we appreciate you coming in. Like I said, you're always welcome here anytime. But like I said, as we say all the time, Rayonier is the backbone of this community, and I said without it, we'd be in trouble. So people are glad to see it thriving. That's the main thing. People keep asking, "How's it doing? Is it doing well?" Because people have stock. Some people have stock here. They check it every day, so they want to make sure that company is thriving here in Wayne County. But like I said, it's been here, 65 years? That's a long time.
Yep.
Long time. So
almost 65, I think 52. So So you have to do that number, but yeah, yeah. So we've been here quite some time, and there's a synergistic relationship. We need the community, and we're glad to provide jobs for the community, and we want to be good stewards, and that's what Kelly goes out and promotes. And there's been a lot of things. COVID's changed a lot of things, and our retiree. We have a brunch every year for our retirees and kind of give them the state of the business. That's held in the springtime, and we had to cancel that because of COVID. I will tell everybody out there, everything will get back to normal. This too shall pass, and so and we really appreciate the support of the community. Our elected officials have been great to work with, and it's really nice whenever you have elected officials. And I'll throw this in here is whenever we were going to have shutdown, they wanted to come out and understand what we were going to do to protect the community. And Richard Johnson came out and reviewed our protocols, and then came back and inspected what we were doing. And so it's a synergistic relationship. We work with the city, we work with the county. And we partnership with the fire departments and the police departments, and we need that partnership, and it's just nice that Rayonier and Jessup, we fit hand in a glove, and our 750 employees and the community, it's a good relationship.
Good deal. Well, again, we appreciate you coming in. Kelly, appreciate you lining up. Like I said, you're welcome anytime. Love to have you. Anytime you need to get any information out about the mill, we'd love to have you.
Anytime. Let us know.
Okay, we'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings restaurant in Jessup is now open for business, practicing social distancing, but still serving that great food that Damon's is famous for. Come inside or come to the drive-thru, but Damon's is open inside and welcomes back its customers. The menu's the same, the service is fast, and the food is fantastic, and the sauces remain the same, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. The number is the same, 588-WING, 588-9464. Damon's Restaurant on West Cherry Street in Jessup, dining room now open for business. Come on in and enjoy a great meal today.
A bank that puts people first. First Southern Bank, investing in you since 1907. Serving Jessup, Patterson, and Waycross. A true community bank led by experienced neighborhood bankers that live and work in our community. Offering competitive loan options for commercial and consumer clients. Stop by the Jessup branch and meet branch manager Mandy Yeomans and her fantastic team. Call 912-810-1540. Let First Southern Bank be your bank of choice. First Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
8:32 here at the Big Dog WIFO. Your clock is still behind on your phone, apparently.
Yeah, still behind on my phone, but anyway, I just want to remind people about the blood drive today at Calvary Baptist Church. That's from 2 to 7. If you made an appointment, you know what your appointment time is, but walk-ins are still welcome, I believe. So that's today from 2 to 7 p.m. Also want to remind everybody that Colt 40 is coming to Jessup, and the governor, again, this past Thursday, lifted some restrictions. So one of the restrictions is that live venues can take place. So Colt Ford's coming to Jessup this weekend. He'll be the drive-in. This is just the first of many concert series that will take place at the drive-in. Ralph Hickok from the drive-in will be with us tomorrow, but Colt Ford's going to join us by phone Wednesday morning, so we're going to talk to him about being here this weekend for the concert. But those tickets are already on sale. They're online from www.George Grown Concert Series. It's all one word, GeorgeGrownConcertSeries.com. Cost is $125 per car. We'll be having some giveaways this week here on the Big Dog during the show, so I'm sure Ralph will have a giveaway tomorrow. So we'll give that away, but we'll be giving away all this week here as the concert set for this weekend. So that's going to do it for today's world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Hope everybody has a great day.
All right, have a great day, Bob. World-famous Butch and Bob Show on WIFO, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, and First Southern Bank. Update from Fox News Radio is next here at 8:33. Good morning from the Big Dog.